Okay, so for my phone, I have the iPhone 8 Plus in silver, as you can see right here. It's kind of an old phone, but it's held up extremely well. It doesn't have any cracks in the back. It only has this one little hole right here and this one crack right where the white part is, but that's literally all. And right now, I just have this clear phone case that I literally got at like Dollar Tree. It was like $1, and it has like the protective edge thing so that when it falls, the phone case gets the impact rather than the glass so it won't shatter. This is just like a for now phone case. I really want to get like a super cute like wildflower or Casetify one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my lock screen. So this is my lock screen. It's a super colorful collage style wallpaper. I think it is so cute. I love it so much. I created it myself just by using photos from Pinterest and kind of just like collaging them together to kind of create this lock screen. I love it so much. I think it just has the perfect like pops of color, but it's also like really green, and I've been really liking the color green at the moment, and I just think the lock screen is super cute and I love it so much. So I don't really have a particular order for all my apps. They're not organized by anything. I just kind of have all the apps that I use at least like once a week on the main 2 pages of my phone, and then apps that like sometimes I'll delete or like not that important apps, I have those apps in the app library. So my lock screen, I feel like it's a really popular lock screen. It's that kind of like brown latte heart Powerpuff Girl looking thing. It reminds me of like the intro to the Powerpuff Girls when they're all like power posing and like the hearts, and it's like the moving colors. It's like that but brown. And all my widgets, they're either like a brown or neutral color, or they're like a nice aesthetic picture. These were actually the pictures that I was gonna use for my phone collage, but I ended up not. So I'm just like, might as well use them here because I kind of still go with the phone. The first app I have is really popular. It's TikTok. I feel like everyone knows about this app. It has completely blown up over the last year. It's so fun just like create videos or just like scroll through the app. It's honestly just like so funny and just relaxing. I rarely ever post on TikTok, so honestly wouldn't recommend being on my account. It has one video, not that cool, honestly, not very cool. Okay, so the next app that I have is Messages. I feel like most people know about the Messages app. It's where you can just like contact your friends and family. I feel like with apps like these, like Messages, and then the next app like Camera, apps that like everyone knows and they come on your phone when you get it, I don't really want to go through those apps because like everyone already knows what they do, so kind of feels like wasting time, but that's just me. The next app I have is Bitmoji. I mainly just use this when like texting my friends on Snapchat and stuff like that. I just have like a couple funny ones right here. I don't really use them much like seriously. I mainly use them like ironically, or if I found like a really stupid one that's like kind of useless. But yeah, this is my Bitmoji. I don't really use it that much. I used it a lot when I was younger. Not really much now though. The next app I have is Netflix. Netflix is such a good app. I love it so much. I feel like everyone knows what Netflix is and what it does. You just watch TV shows on there. Right now I'm watching Schitt's Creek. I'm on the 5th season and it's so good. I highly recommend it. I have like a list of TV shows I need to watch. Next, I think I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls, which I'm super excited for. The next app I have is the App Store. You can download apps, the App Store. There's nothing really exciting. Then the next app I have is the Clock app. I mainly use this to set timers because I have like an Alexa that I use for my alarm. So I mainly just use it for timers if I like need to like time myself for like an assignment. The next app I have is Settings. That's where you can change like brightness, wallpaper, controls. It's a settings app, pretty boring. The next app I have is Lightroom. And this app is so good. You need this app if you do YouTube. It's essentially this app where you can download your own photo presets. There's a lot of Instagram accounts that have free presets. That's where I got mine. I tried to find it before this video so I could just say it, but I am 99% sure she deleted her account. The presets though were so good. I think this one has like the morning glow one on. Editing cam. So I think this part, like my camera stopped recording, so I'm just gonna explain it here. Essentially on Lightroom, there's like a ton of settings, like the basic settings like exposure, tint, all those things, but they also have like more advanced settings, like you can make the yellows more white, blues more greens, red more pink, you know, stuff like that. And from that you can create Lightroom presets by like copy and pasting the settings. There's honestly like so many YouTube videos on this. Like I highly recommend watching one of those. This is probably like a really bad way of explaining it, but that's essentially what I was going to say before like the camera stopped recording, I guess. So yeah, just off the top of my head, I think like Eva Grace has a video on like Lightroom presets, but I'm not really sure if she goes too in depth into them. But there's definitely, just look up like Lightroom preset setting on YouTube. There's probably some. I'll link one down below if needed as well. So yeah, just was gonna say that but didn't. So good reminder there. And then you can also create your own presets, which I think are super cool by just using the copy settings, paste settings, or just like creating a preset and naming it. I like using the custom made ones because I've tried creating presets. I'm not very good at creating presets, but the ones that other people make are super cute and I highly recommend them. Some people and like influencers will like sell them for like $30 for like $5. There's so many like small Instagram accounts that sell them for free or like 99 cents. I recommend using those because they're pretty much the same thing, but a lot cheaper. The next app I have is Safari. Safari, I don't really want to go through that app. FaceTime, again, another app, don't really want to go through that. Pretty simple, easy, self-explanatory. The next app I have is TubeBuddy though. And this app, if you do YouTube, this app is so helpful. So essentially an app where you can add tags from your videos straight from the app. So you don't have to like type out a ton of tags when you're making the video. It's so easy to use. Also, I just want to thank you guys since I'm here, just seeing the views on this video, so much for the love of my last video. I know, again, I've not been posting in a while. I feel like I've been trying to restructure this channel from a singing channel to like a more lifestyle channel and do more videos like these. And I'm just thankful for all the love and support you guys gave me on this video. You guys are all so sweet and I love you guys so, so much. So just right here, you just go to Tag Explorer. You just type in tags that are relevant to your video. What tags will be the best for your video? What tags will like recommend that video to more people in a way, reach a broader audience. And then after that, you just go to your video and you can just like click. I think there's like a tag thing and you can just click and keep attaching tags to your video. And it's a lot easier than using them in YouTube Studio, because in YouTube Studio, you have to like type out the tags one by one, where this you can kind of just like click and just keep clicking. I think it's a lot easier. And then it also shows like analytics and milestones. It's so great. I love this app so much. Highly recommend it. The next app that I have, I'm not going to go through this app to be honest. It's YouTube. The next app, as you can see that I have, is the Notes app from the little note thingy in the corner. Earlier I said I have a list of TV shows that I want to watch. Here it is. I mainly just have important things that I want to remember, or just like funny things that I'll like send to my friends, or like photos or images I want to save, so I can like text them to my friends sometimes. The next app I have though is Pinterest. I love Pinterest so much. I try to update my Pinterest every day, so you should totally go follow it at EmmaCeleste04. I have multiple different boards. I love all of them so much. I love like the different aesthetics that they have in each one of them. By far, my most updated ones are probably jewelry, nails, which I recently started. Aesthetic is one that I update really frequently. I think my aesthetic board is just super cool to scroll through because you can just see how my aesthetic has changed since like April when I got this app, and probably this was around like June, July, August. This was probably around like October, November, and then here is like now, which I feel like is my really current aesthetic at the moment. And then the clothes section, this one I update all the time. If you ever need clothes inspo, come to here. And then my room board, if you ever need room inspo, I have this one right here. This is what I'm kind of basing my room off of because I'm redoing my room right now, which explains the delicious gray background. So yeah, if you ever need room inspo, I highly recommend checking out that board as well. The next app I have is on the second page. It's Contacts. Don't really want to go through that app. But the next app I have after that is Spotify. I've been getting really into Spotify recently. Don't want premium, I'm broke, can't do that. And I've created 3 playlists that I think are really good, and they just have like a different vibe and feel. I have You're Here from TikTok, which is pretty much just like a bunch of songs that have trended on TikTok at some point or another. They're good songs though, not like the bad ones. Then I have the Good Vibes Only playlist, which is essentially just like an aesthetic playlist. This is the one I was listening to yesterday. It is so good. I love it so much. And this is my favorite playlist of them all. It's my throwback playlist. It's called POV, you're my iPod in 2013. I tried to replicate what would be on my iPod in 2013 as best as I could with this playlist. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Can't show you the songs because of copyright, but I think it's a pretty good playlist. And if you ever want to follow me on Spotify and just keep up with what I'm listening to, my Spotify is at _emma.celeste. Okay, so the next two apps that I have on my phone are phone and photos. Don't really want to go through those apps. The next app I have though is shortcuts. This is the way that I made all the apps on my phone, like a custom cover rather than just having the normal generic app cover, and how I made all the apps all be in lowercase. Like, as you can see, the first letter in all my apps are lowercase. So I will show you that right here. Now the video is kind of old. I originally filmed this video a while back, but due to technical difficulties, I couldn't post it. This part did get saved, so my home screen is a lot different. I believe this was back in like January or December, but it's still the exact same process and stuff like that. Nothing has really changed. So I'll show you that right here. And if you don't want to see that, if you're just here to the video, you can skip to this timestamp. Okay, the next app that I have is YouTube Studio. This is essentially just the way I can respond to comments on my phone. It's easier than just pulling out my computer every single time I have to respond to a comment, because that would take kind of long. So by using this, I can just respond to every single comment on my phone. It's super easy, and I can use like emojis to respond to, which you can't use on your computer. And you can just like change your profile pic in here. Just like YouTube Studio, a lot easier. You can't see very many analytics though. The next app I have is Fonto. This is the app that I use to create every single one of my thumbnails. So you can just create a plain image, make it white, I guess, I don't know. You can change the color of it too. You can change the alpha of the color. You can change the redness, the blueness, the greenness, the whateverness. Then you can just change the size for whatever you want it to be. And then you can type text. You can download any single font you want from a website called The Font. And you can just customize the font however you want. Change the size of the font. You can change the style, so you can add like a stroke. It can be really thick or really thin if you want like that. Change the color of the stroke. You can also add a drop shadow. I really like to do this. It kind of like makes it like stand out a bit more. And then you can also change the font, and it won't really affect the text that much. You can change it in all like the text functions, like the style, the spacing, everything will stay completely the same. And that's what I really love about this app. It's so simple to use, and you can just use any font. You can just easily upload photos by literally just clicking add image. The final app I have right here is Instagram. My Instagram is private right now, so I don't really want to show much of it. And also I don't really want like other people's faces to be seen from like my recommended or explore page or whatever this page is called now. Okay, so like I said earlier in the video, the last apps that I have on the main two pages of my phone are kind of just like smaller apps that I don't really use that often, and I'll like delete from time to time. The first app I have is Snapchat. I don't really want to put my Snapchat out there. I only use it to contact like close friends and stuff like that. Then I have Color Tone. This is the app that I use to color correct my videos because It has the exact same filters as VSco, but they're all free, and I don't have enough money to pay $20 a month for VSco X, so good alternative. The next app I have is followers. It's essentially just like an Instagram follower untracker, because like my biggest pet peeve is when people follow you and then they'll like follow you for like a year and then they'll unfollow you and they'll just be like, why did you unfollow me? Like, I thought we were cool. The next app I have here is Pixar. I feel like Pixar has blown up recently. I've been using it for a while. That is what I use to add like the butterflies or like the newspaper text on my thumbnails. I could do an entire video on how I edit my thumbnails. I do it completely all on my iPhone. I highly recommend it. The next app that I have is the Files app. When I color correct my videos on color tone, they save to the Files app, and then from there I export them to my computer using AirDrop. The next app that I have after that is Widgetsmith. This is what I use to create my widgets. The app is extremely self-explanatory. I feel like I don't really want to go through it right now. The Widgetsmith app, nothing that cool. Then the final two apps I have, I'm not gonna go into because they have personal school information, are Remind and 5-Star. Remind is a way that you can text your teachers, or your teachers can send you messages without knowing your number, because that's like illegal and stuff like that, so you don't really want to do that. And then 5-Star is a way where you can log into events because of COVID to make sure that we aren't at max capacity. You're just like, hey, I have this club to go to. I'm gonna log into that club to say that I'm here and you will be here, and it'll also send you some important messages as well. The final app that I have on my phone is the Health app. I honestly don't know a single person who uses the Health app. Like, literally, I don't know anyone.
Okay, just two final words. I will leave a tutorial for how to use the Widgetsmith app down below, just in case any people are confused. I also forgot to go into the app YT Tracker, essentially so I can track my monetization, which, by the way, I am nowhere near. So don't really know where I have that. Probably will be better in like the future if I do get monetized. But also forgot to do an outro, so I'll do it right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like drop a like, just show that you enjoyed it, and then subscribe if you enjoy this content, if you want to see more, and to be notified every time I upload, make sure to turn on the post notification bell, and comment what you'd like to see next. I'll hope to see you next time. Bye!